welcome back to another bullet journal video. August is coming up real fast, so it's time to create a brand new setup for the upcoming month. For August, I really wanted to do a one more colorful, fun and summery theme, so that is why I decided to do an ice cream theme. So first, for the title page, I sketched different kinds of ice creams. I drew some ice cream cones, this like a classic popsicle, then the spiral popsicles, and also ones that look like a watermelon slice. The colors that I picked for this theme were these minty green, a bright almost greenish yellow, a peachy pink that is actually the same color that I used for my peaches in July, and then I used this grayish light blue. Last month I really enjoyed the watercolory style that I had going on, so I kind of tried to have that same vibe in this theme as well. When I was coloring these ice creams, I tried to add some shadow to the edges by doing multiple layers with my markers. And my notebook has really thick pages, so I'm able to do just that, but if your notebook has thinner pages, the color may bleed through to the other side, so just do a little test before you try this technique in your journal. Then I added some more details to my ice creams. I used this brown plastic nib pen for the cones, although it looks pretty black on camera. Then I used the thinnest fineliner I had to add the detail to the popsicles, and as a finishing touch I added some white gloss, I guess, with a gel pen. We are moving on to the next page, that is going to be my monthly calendar. In August I'm going back to work, so instead of doing a one-page calendar as I've been doing in the last couple of months, I decided to switch back to the full two-page calendar. I drew this basic calendar grid layout and also these little boxes for the days. For the header I used the same font style that I had on the cover page, and this is a style that I like to use quite often in my setups. I just feel like it's really easy to do, and the trick is really just to have more space between the letters, and that makes a huge difference. And I just wanted to say that although you might not be able to see it in these videos, I always write the titles with a pencil first, and there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like sometimes it's too much pressure to try to succeed with the first try, so if you sketch whatever you're writing first, for me at least, it takes some of the pressure off and the outcome is better most of the time. This year August has this weird shape that the last week only has one day in it, so I decided to draw some ice creams under the calendar just to fill the empty space. I also added some color for the days of the week and then did my monthly focus and tasks on the right side of the calendar, but otherwise I left it without decorations. The next page is going to be my mood tracker, and funnily enough, I had sketched the title with a pencil and still failed, but luckily there are a lot of ways to correct mistakes. So what I did was I used a white gel pen to hide the word, and then I had this minty green washi tape and also this cute black and white polka dot washi tape that I used over the mistake. And in my Etsy shop I have these mood tracker wheels that also come with a title sticker, so I decided to use that over the washi tape. And I was actually really surprised how good that looked in the end, so I'm not even mad. For the mood tracker I drew a bunch of ice creams. I didn't make 31 of them, I just kinda did these sections so that I can have more than one day in that same ice cream. So this time I used a fine liner for the outlines, but the cones and popsicle sticks I still drew like before. And although the style of these drawings is quite different from the ice creams that I did in the last few pages, I still like a lot how this turned out, and I know I say this every time, but I can't wait to see this page in the end of the month. For me, it's so much easier to stay consistent with filling my trackers when I do these creative, colorable mood trackers like this one. Under the ice creams, I did my legend and moved on to the habit tracker. The habit tracker title I did in the same style as the mood tracker sticker was, and then I did the individual trackers using my August mini calendar stickers from my Etsy shop. This month I'm tracking 9 habits as usual, although looking back the habit wake up before 8 is pretty unnecessary since I will be working again next month and most of my classes start at 8, but oh well, I'm still on vacation and don't have to worry about things like that. I added just a little pop of color and used the same washi tapes for decoration. Next up we have my August memories page, and again this page is the same as always. I have the standard calendar grid layout where I can write or draw memories from August. For the calendar I accidentally used the brown plastic nib pen, and I just knew that at some point I was going to make that mistake, but you know what? It kind of reminds me of the ice cream cones that I've been doing, so a happy accident I guess. Next we have my social media plan. I didn't really know what to call this. This is basically just another calendar page for me to plan my video schedule or Instagram posts and also sticker ideas for my Etsy shop. Last month I had the same thing in my monthly calendar spread, but this month it didn't fit anymore, so I just decided to have an own page for it. If you don't really need to have a schedule for social media, if you go to school, you could change the titles to different subjects and turn this into an assignment tracker or schedule for studying for tests or something like that. Finally, I drew some ice creams to the sides and then I was done with this page. To the page next to this one, I'm doing my expense tracker. I just uploaded a new video of how I budget and manage my finances in my bullet journal, and you always see me set up this page, but if you're interested to see how I actually use these expense trackers, go check that video out. This month I did the boxes for the first and the last week a bit smaller since they only have a couple of days, but otherwise this is the same layout as always. And finally we have my first weekly spread for August. So this is going to be the first week for me at work, and I already know that I have a lot of planning to do, so I just did these large boxes to leave as much space as possible. For Saturday and Sunday I did the boxes a bit smaller because it is my birthday weekend and I plan to do absolutely no tasks for a change. On the right side I did my weekly tasks that I always try to include to my weekly pages. I usually have a lot of tasks, mostly chores, that I want to do in a specific week, but it doesn't really matter in which day I do it, as long as it gets done. So for me it's really helpful to have a place for all the weekly tasks. I am finishing this setup with a couple of more ice creams and then my bullet journal will be ready for August. I really love doing the ice cream theme this month, and although I used a lot of color in this theme, I still feel like since I didn't outline all the drawings, the end result is really clean and light. Let me know in the comments what did you think of my theme. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!